everyone, let me introduce myself first. I'm Aryan Tubigon Tupas from BPED 1B. So for today's video, I will explain to you the principles of training. The principles of training are used in every form of physical development. How these principles are used determines the amount of increase in one's physical fitness level. The nearer you are to good fitness, enhances the quality of your health as well as the quality of your life, making each day easier and more enjoyable in a variety of ways. The following are the principles of training. First is the individuality. This principle states that individuals will exhibit a range of responses to a given training stress. In other words, if 100 people do the exact same strength training, it is likely that some will see various levels of progress, some will see no progress, and some may even regress. Second is the specificity. This principle is derived from the observation that the adaptation of the body or change in physical fitness is specific to the type of training undertaken. Quite simply, this means that if a fitness objective is to increase flexibility, then flexibility training must be used. If one desires to develop strength, resistance or strengthening exercises must be employed. This principle is indeed simple. However, it is frequently ignored. A person should be suspicious of such claims and should consider whether or not the exercise training recommended is the type that will produce the specific changes desired. Third is the progression. Individuals frequently make the mistake of attempting too rapid a fitness change. A classic example is that of the middle-aged man or woman who has done no exercise for 20 years and suddenly begins a vigorous training program. The result of such activity is frequently an injury or at the least stiffness and soreness. There are no hard and fast rules on how rapidly one should progress to a higher level of activity. The individual's subjective impression of whether or not the body seems to be able to tolerate increased training serves as a good guide. In general, it might be reasonable not to progress to higher levels of activity more often than every 1 or 2 weeks. Fourth is the overload. This is to improve any aspect of physical fitness that individual must continually increase the demands placed on the appropriate body systems. For example, to develop strength, progressively heavier objects must be lifted. Overload in running programs is achieved by running longer distances or by increasing the speed. Fifth is the adaptation. The principle of adaptation refers to the process of body getting accustomed to a particular exercise or training program through repeated exposure. As the body adapts to the stress of the new exercise or training program, the program becomes easier to perform and explains why beginning exercisers are often sore after starting a new routine. But after doing the same exercise for weeks and months at the same intensity, the exerciser experiences little, if any, muscle soreness. This reinforces the need to constantly vary the exercise and training routine if you want to maximize your results. Next is the recovery. The adaptation to overload occurs during rest periods. When you are pushing your limits, you are in the process of breaking down your body. During the recovery phase, the body experiences a supercompensation which results in the body adjusting to new levels of fitness. Remember, you cannot expect to feel recovered for every session, and if you waited for full recovery between every session, you would get very little done. Then, when proper and planned phases of recovery are prescribed, you can expect to feel amazing. Lastly is the reversibility. Any adaptation that takes place as a result of training will be reversed when you stop training. In reversibility, it takes a lot longer to gain fitness than it does to lose fitness.